So, I know I was supposed to do your show, but kind of got into some technical difficulties. It's important that you always label your stuff, is all I really have to say.
It's just some technical difficulties is all.
My mistakes don't own me. These battles don't control me.
Hey everyone, this is Useful Mistakes. Today we're interviewing
Jabari.
Jabari went to college with us.
We meet all the great people.
Oh yeah, lots of interesting people in
Yeah.
school with us. Today we're gonna kind of delve into a different type of topic that I feel like is very popular, but it's not talked about so much on the mainstream of things. Talking about fetishes. Jabari, what is your fetish?
I have a foot fetish.
So when was the first time you realized you were into
Late middle school, high school. I had a close friend at the time when we talked, and I brought it to her attention. I was surprised. She was pretty open about it, and we talked about it. She was like, "Oh, I never heard about that." And a lot of people who only mentioned it, you see in a goofy shot in movies. And it's am I one of those? And it's it feels weird when you're starting to get into it.
And especially at that young age, you don't expect people to be understanding so much when you mention that.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Did you notice when you were younger that you kind of were interested in them?
Younger than when I finally realized what it was?
Yeah.
Not necessarily, no. And just was not bad.
So do you when people call it a fetish, or is that offensive?
No, that's not offensive.
Okay.
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not too uppity about it.
Are most girls open to it, or how it's dating life and that?
I'm always surprised when the reaction is a little bit more on the positive side than the negative side. I don't often bring it up on a first base thing, but it's something that absolutely has to come up in context, because it's hey, by the way, this is a thing. I don't know how you feel about that.
It could be a make or break.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's the worst reaction you've gotten?
Probably when I was way younger and I was first started thinking about it.
Yeah.
I had another friend who kind of picked up on what me and the close one were talking about at one point, and then it just a rumor that spread. And so
no.
I had a lot of people just being oh, you like so and so, da da da, you're such a freak, and I was like, what? And when you're younger, it's it hurts.
Oh,
Yeah,
It
of course.
really, really hurts, and
especially in middle school and shit. It's
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah, middle school is the worst time for
for
any embarrassment
Yeah.
at all.
So does it this is totally random, but if you really, really liked a girl and you're getting to know her, and then you saw her feet and they were just terrible, what do you do? Has that ever happened?
Oh my god, that's a good question. I like that.
I've never been in a situation oh god damn,
No.
I've never been in a situation like that.
Yeah.
I do think that might be a make or break deal, though, to be honest.
Yeah.
Would you casually bring it up? Let's go to pedicures.
Yeah.
I'm gonna treat you.
So how do you keep so confident about this? Because I feel in college anyways, you've always been so open about it.
You definitely came out even more about it too. Because when I first met you anyways, I didn't really know. And I feel not so many people knew at first.
So funny enough, I would say freshman year, I was nah, I'm not gonna bring it up. And then I didn't. And then one day I was in a friend's room. She kind of mentioned the whole fetishy topic, and we started going off about it. And then the foot fetish thing came up. And then literally she went this, so wiggling her toes for a second, and I glanced at it, and then she started asking, probing me a little bit, and it just kept question after question, and I was yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's true. And then at that point, my roommate at the time, he knew me at this point, so he knows what I'm about. When she came to my room and asked me again, he just looked at me and he was like, "You told her?" And I was "Bruh." I guess from there, I was just you know what, fuck it. If you're with it, it's fine. If you're cool with it, it's fine. If not, then deuces.
Especially being older too, people are a lot more accepting, I feel.
Yeah, definitely.
Or understand. And then, I said, it's a lot more popular than people think.
Oh.
Not even necessarily foot fetish, but just fetishes in general.
Yeah.
Different things that people are into. With all of your relationships that you've been in, have you ever tried to hide it?
Of the two I dated back then, one of them didn't know. That was when I was still in that questioning phase. But when she found out later, we completely stopped talking. At this point, we had broken up, we went separate ways, it was whatever.
Okay.
But it was just weird to see that down the road. I hadn't talked to you in years, and that's
Yeah.
how you feel.
It's not even a big deal to like not talk to someone. Like
Yeah.
it's just a thing. Like it's not.
I was just like, whatever.
So like with your girlfriends that you had afterwards, were any of them like really into it?
I haven't like dated anyone that was like, yes, finally, or anything like that. It's always been like, oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Was your first love open to your fetish?
Yeah, I had no like blowback. Like I just like
Yeah.
before we even started dating is when I mentioned it
Yeah.
because I didn't want to risk like starting the date and then like, oh yeah, that's not gonna work out, and now you're in the on the spot. I'll do it as like a sort of like more of a jokey atmosphere of it, just kind of makes it a little more lighthearted. Yeah, I brought it up lightly just to like kind of gauge
See
it.
what you do.
Yeah, as we talked more, it just became like, more like casual to bring up. So when we started dating, it was really just like easy to want to like I guess experiment with it, or like, play around with it, which is pretty much what I wanted. I like don't want to be in a situation where like
You have to hide
I have to hide
yourself.
it.
Yeah.
I have to like walk on like eggshells around it, and it's like it's just not fun.
Yeah.
Even if they're like accepting of it, but then don't want to like do anything with it. So Jabari studied game art at Mount Ida. Also, you write some short stories, and I know like you also dabble making some short videos and all that. So tell us a little bit more.
In general, I like being just creative, whether it just be like doodling something or even like doing a video editing route.
Just like creating anything. I feel the same way. I
Oh,
think it's a designer thing. You're a designer, fashion designer, game designer. You just like to create.
I've always been like to create things, but I'm not creative. That makes me
Like logical about it.
diligent.
So what like drove you towards game art?
When you're in high school, like college is like looking at the daunting things. Like, hey, what do you want to do the rest of your life now that you've been in school for like years?
Yeah,
And you're
seriously.
like, what do I do?
I guess I gotta pick something, yeah.
And then see rolls around. You gotta pick. You're like, it's game art.
Yeah.
But like,
I like games.
yeah, and it's like what I thought was like, game design and stuff is like, oh, it's not what I thought it was, but
yeah.
it's still interesting to me.
Yeah.
And like,
A form of creating.
yeah, and, like, I've played games for years, so like,
Yeah.
I've admired like these people who like do these big
it,
things.
yeah.
So we were in school and like, we got the chance to like, understand like how they think on the other end of it. And then even like working with like the friends who make a game, it was like low-key a hot fucking mess, but it was like one of those like fun shit shows.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
you're cooking, making a big like, dish in the kitchen, and then someone's gonna fuck it up, but this will be fun at the end of it.
Do you have to do all of the work into the video game, or just really the art?
I would take on like a part of it. Like animation is more my speed. I don't mind like 3D modeling things and not doing the texturing part of it either. Certain movies that people like look at and go, it's whatever. I'm like, you don't understand what's happening here.
That's what I'm saying, because it's like everyone watches like all these movies or plays all these games, and it seems so simple. And when you actually look at like the details of things, you're like, holy shit, this isn't real. Like this is, you don't just like type in like dragon on the computer. Someone made this.
Can I guess your favorite animation?
Go ahead.
What's that like Titan one?
It was an anime.
What, Teen Titans?
No.
Yeah.
I
No,
know
not Teen Titan.
Attack on Titan. No.
Attack on Titan.
No.
So my freshman year, every time I came into your room, everyone was like watching Attack on Titan. I couldn't stay in your room because I was like, this shit's like nasty, ripping each other's heads off.
Brutal.
Okay, wait. So favorite animation, and game.
So One Piece would be favorite anime. Alright, I actually love Kung Fu Panda.
I know there's one on like Netflix or Hulu. It's like Karate Bear.
Oh, the bootleg one?
It's literally Kung Fu Panda. Like so.
This is Karate Bear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
like
a panda,
bootleg
the
as fuck.
same characters are just like so
Like a
creepy
knockoff.
looking.
And then favorite video game
Yeah.
is definitely like a low-key one. It's called Gacha Force. It's on the GameCube.
Wow.
I bought it on a whim forever ago, and I was like, this is amazing, and I hilariously looked it up. Out of curiosity if I could get it again. That thing goes for roughly $53 right now.
Damn.
Wow. That's how like the best things happen is when I feel like when like I do something on a whim or buy something on a whim, it always like it ends up being great.
So do you have a fetish?
I guess like I don't know if you consider this a fetish, but I'm really into like BDSM.
Why do you like that? You're like,
Because I feel like you are too, but you're not.
I mean,
And
like-
so I thought you were. I mean, I've literally had
Fetish,
someone
like-
like dripping wax on my back.
Really?
and I've been like tied up in like weird positions,
Yeah.
and weird machines. all that
I will
shit,
say
but
though-
it's not
You
like,
actually been in the machine?
yeah.
That's crazy.
I passed out once.
You passed out.
I don't even know what happened. It was too much. Passed out. Woke right back up like afterwards, of course, but it's not like something that I'm like I need to have. Like
Yeah.
I just like trying everything.
Yeah.
Like if I'm in the mood, and then I feel like experimenting with someone is so cool.
Yeah.
So that's my fetish.
I like low-key love the tie patterns though.
Yeah.
The tie patterns are like really intricate too. It's actually super.
I know that's becoming like a big thing too now.
Oh
What?
yeah. So like the bondage part of like BDSM,
Yeah.
there's specific types of like ties, which is like shibari.
Oh, like,
which is like
different ways to tie up
yes.
someone. Okay, yeah.
But it still looks like appealing. to look
Yeah,
at.
it's like art.
Oh.
You know, like it's a really nice, like intricate thing.
Oh, I had somebody putting pins on me, and I hated that. That was a no-go. It was too painful. Like I like pain, but there's a
Do
line.
you like you know, like 50 Shades of Grey BDSM? Or like
I haven't seen 50 Shades of Grey,
I haven't
so
seen
I don't
it
know.
either. I feel like everyone's a little bit into like rough sex, so I don't know if that's considered like.
No, I mean I definitely think I'd go pretty far in it, but not. I guess I have a line.
Right to have a line. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I had nipple clamps once, and those things were like.
Oh, nipple clamps.
You
I
tough
actually
that
like-
out?
I like.
So
No,
fucking
I like
painful.
nipple clamps.
I don't know, mine were on really fucking tight or some shit.
Yeah,
'cause
maybe.
That, like, was sore for like a week afterwards.
Oh.
Like, so painful. I could not feel
They
it.
probably were too tight or
Too
something.
tight.
Yeah. 'cause
You have a
mine
safe
were
word?
not- Yeah, mine's emergency.
Like, it's usually someone I'm like really comfortable with, so I won't even be the same
Oh,
word. I
yeah,
could just be
same.
like, stop, and like get like serious about it. Like,
Yeah.
not just like, stop. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
It's like stop!
Yeah,
Like,
like, really?
You have to like trust them to not like kill you.
I thought you were gonna say something like, don't choose.
I don't know. That's like what it is though.
He's the
You
one in charge.
dominating people. You're wearing leather, like high heels. just on your
No,
neck.
I hate that. But like I like to be submissive and then like be a bad submissive, you know?
Mhm.
Like
the brat.
disobey.
The
Yeah.
brat is submissive, yeah.
And then like get punished.
I like that.
You can never know when, whether like somebody is
Yeah.
submissive or dominant. It's so
Oh.
awkward though if I like run into another submissive. So I'm just like,
Oh
yo,
yeah, that's a
he like wanted me to like slap him around, and I was just like, I can't do this.
I always wanted to try to see like once I get into that character if I could actually keep doing it. But then it's like, you know, I don't want to be too much of an asshole and really like fuck them up. They like that.
Yeah.
There was this
Boss
one
nerd.
guy who was literally like, he was like, yeah, I just like take her shopping, bring her and her friends around, buy them drinks. Like she just yells at me, makes me do all her chores, and like we never have sex. I could just eat her out. Like just like all
Yo.
like he literally like lives just
Loves
to like
it.
please her.
I remember when I worked at some place and this guy worked it and he had like the like collar on.
Oh my god,
He had-
shut
Bro,
up.
he had the collar on, he had the wig, and he walked in with the dress and I like wasn't really looking. I looked up and I was like, oh. And then I heard like the heels clicking from the aisle and I was like,
Oh.
whoa. And then she's like, he's gonna buy this. He was like, yes ma'am. And I was just like, alrighty. So the total is this. I had no idea how to even like
Yo.
begin. This is really happening right now.
Jabari's gonna show us some work now. We'll let you know when he starts his YouTube channel so you can see all his other stuff. Thanks so much for talking with us today.
No, anytime.
Yeah.
Opening up about all of this.
I know it's not easy, so really appreciate it.
Thanks guys.
Alright, see you next week.
See you Tuesday.
Bye.
Me? Me? I'm the Haley Puckett. Duh.